Welcome to the GeForce DVD free with issue 9. This edition we've got everything you need to know about up-and-coming smash hit Metroid Prime. Not only do we have a full review, but hot info about how it links with the Gameboy Advance, action replay codes, and footage of every level in action. Also on the disc, reviews and previews of all the hottest games on the Cube and Advance, a competition to win Pokemon Advance, and movie and DVD trailers. There's all that and more on your exclusive free GeForce DVD. Metroid Prime is an action-packed adventure starring female bounty hunter Samus Aran. It's set shortly after the original Metroid game on the NES, although this one's in a first-person perspective in full 3D. Samus is tracking down a group of evil space pirates on planet Tallon 4, and the game is full of exploration and puzzle solving, as well as combat with the space pirates and the planet's natives. It may look like a first-person shooter, but the gameplay isn't too dissimilar from its older 2D siblings. Samus can't strafe left and right and instead locks onto enemies as she unleashes her lasers. Weak points must be scanned and targeted to make combat tactical as well as just mindless shooting. Scanning the environment also reveals vital clues about the history of the planet and is a good device for telling the strong in-game narrative. Samus still has most of her abilities, including the ability to roll into a morph ball. She can also jump, roll and carve through ice to get to previously inaccessible areas. Suit upgrades and special boots are needed to make progress through some other less hospitable areas of the planet. Exploration is the main focus of the game, with having to fight enemies injecting some joypad bashing moments along the way. You're constantly rewarded for finding new snippets of information or putting clues together to solve a puzzle and continue on your way. Metroid Prime is one of the best looking games we've seen. Environments form a convincing science fiction world, and the game engine runs incredibly quickly, changing perspectives according to what you're doing. All the levels have their own unique style, with birds flocking in the distance, the sun creating lens flare, and architecture blending with the vegetation. This is one of the best games we've played, not only on the Gamecube, but on any format. Just like Zelda, it's translated perfectly into 3D and provides a unique experience unlike anything we've played before. This game's a masterpiece. Make sure it becomes part of your Cube collection as soon as you can. Mario Party 4 is more of the same running around a virtual board game and playing mini-games with a new facelift. The game's most fun if playing with 3 others, taking on the role of either Mario, Luigi, Toad, Donkey Kong and the like as you move around the virtual board game and attempt to be the player with the most stars when everyone's turns have expired. In total there's 5 different game boards to try, each with their own difficulty, and 50 mini-games to put you to the test. These range from throwing basketballs through hoops to parasailing to collect coins. If you have no friends, then Story Mode lets you play a shorter version of the board game against computer-controlled characters, which unlocks new mini-games to try in party mode. While the mini-games are fun at first, with prolonged play they can become a bit of a chore, and navigating around the board seems to be based on pure luck, rather than letting you use strategy to decide which route you wish to take. Being the 4th incarnation of the series, we'd have thought the game would have been perfect by now, but it seems that only a few new ideas have crept in, and some of them are rather annoying. It's great fun at first, but we think you'll be bored with this board game in a couple of days, if you get what we mean. In Splinter Cell, you play Sam Fisher, a field operative of the secret Black Ops, as you undertake dangerous missions on the edge of legality and morality. It's up to you to infiltrate enemy bases, neutralise every enemy, then make it out without leaving a trace. But don't worry, you've got some high-tech equipment to help you. Fibre optic cameras, a PDA and laser microphone comprise just some of your covert ops equipment, as well as silenced pistols and other weaponry when more direct action is called for. It's a shoot 'em up and a sneak 'em up with hand-to-hand combat thrown in for good measure, but don't think it's going to be like Metal Gear Solid. It plays a lot more realistically than that. One of the main aspects of the environment to affect gameplay is the dynamic lighting. The game has been built on the latest Unreal Engine, so shadows play an important factor in remaining undetected, but they can also give you away. Shoot out the lights and the enemy can't see, so it's time to don your night vision goggles as they use the sound of your footsteps and the flash from your gun to track you down. Of course, the best advice is not to be seen at all, and Splinter Cell features some never-before-seen moves. Diving somersaults, ledge hangs, peeking round corners and hiding bodies are pretty standard now. But your character can also do the splits between walls Van Damme style, get bad guys to cooperate at gunpoint, and use them as a human shield. Rappelling down walls, sliding down ladders and rolling through flaming corridors are also in your repertoire of fine moves. A mix of full motion video and in-game cutscenes will be used to tell the story in this lifelike game, and it looks so realistic that we can't wait to enter the covert world that is Splinter Cell when we finally get our hands on it. Legends of Wrestling 2 does something different to the usual wrestling games. Instead of recreating the awesome spectacle of today's WWE, you're invited to take part in the Saturday afternoon wrestling you enjoyed so much on ITV in the 80s. We're talking such colourful characters as Andre the Giant, Kendo Nagasaki, Giant Haystack, and of course Big Daddy. Fighting may seem simple at first, but if you're careful about which buttons you press and when, a wide variety of grapples, holds, pins and throws can be stringed together to inflict maximum damage on your spandex-clad victim. There's the standard exhibition mode, where your opponent must be worn down then pinned to the canvas for 3 seconds. There's the steel cage match, where you must be the first down to the door or over the top, and ladder matches, where the first one to stand on the top claims victory. There's also the inclusion of a new story mode, where you pick your wrestler and then play through any of 8 random scenarios. Unfortunately, there's still the problem of your character becoming confused about who to beat round the head next, and it's impossible to interact with another wrestler if they're in the middle of a move with someone else. If you're a fan of semi-naked men all oiled up rolling around on top of each other, you're not going to be too bothered about these flaws. To everyone else, maybe rent this before you hand over the cash to be the proud-ish owner of this great-looking wrestling title with average gameplay. It's not often the gaming world churns out something new and innovative, but Animal Crossing is just that. Think of a cross between a Tamagotchi and The Sims and you've got the idea. It's a real-time world simulation where you take on the role of a little fella and live in the game world. After creating your character, it's time to get a mortgage on a house and then start earning cash to pay it off. Activities include letter writing, tree and flower planting, clothing design, fishing and composing music. There's no real objective as such, just the ability to live in a unique and surreal game world full of ducks, dragons, dogs and cows. The world responds to how you act. Some animals become good friends, trees grow and bear fruit over time, and the weather even changes according to the season. Animal Crossing is a massive game with so much to see and do. You can even connect it to your Advance and use the e-reader for extra features. It may be so cute it makes you sick, but it's incredibly enjoyable and addictive nonetheless. Rayman is Ubisoft's most popular character, and now he comes to the Cube in his new game, Hoodlum Havoc. This one sees our limbless hero on an epic journey through a diverse list of worlds, from the icy cliffs of the Summit of Fury to the bitter wasteland maw of Bad Spirits. Its action-adventure format will be familiar to fans of previous games, but there's the addition of a new advanced tactical combat system. Rayman now has new movements and powers, including a Power Fist, Grapple and Super Helicopter, as he battles over 20 varieties of powerful enemies, including the savage Hoodlum tribe. Each enemy has their own strengths and weaknesses, and can only be overcome by using the correct tools and technique. The game's also great to look at, with new facial animations that let the players see the character's emotions and a bright and colourful game world. Rayman 3 looks sure to deliver a mix of challenge and fantasy that won't disappoint the fans. Star Wars fans have been asking for a game based on bounty hunter Boba Fett for an age, and finally they get to explore the universe as his father, Jango Fett. Inspired by events between Star Wars Episodes 2 and 1, Bounty Hunter presents an original third-person action-adventure which draws the player into the seedy world of thieves and assassins. Using his cunning and arsenal of high-tech gadgets and weaponry, Jango must track down the elusive leader of a mysterious cult, as well as hunting down criminals dead or alive for a handsome profit. Players can let fly with dual blaster pistols, a flamethrower, missiles and use the jetpack to reach harder to reach areas. One thing's for sure, playing the anti-hero is certainly a change from running around in a cloak with a lightsaber. Compared to its predecessors, Mortal Kombat Deadly Alliance is much more sophisticated. The first Cube combat game boasts a completely new fighting system, with 3 unique fighting styles for each character, as well as hand-to-hand and deadly weapon combat. There's 21 fighters available at the start, with Old Faithfuls Scorpion, Sub-Zero, Sonya and Johnny Cage back for a good kicking, and new characters to perform fatalities on. From what we can see here, the game's running fast and the 3D effects are looking pretty lush. We'll see if this one's a sufficiently fresh enough sequel when it comes out next month. Hitman 2 Silent Assassin is the follow-up to Hitman Codename 47. You take on the role of genetically engineered assassin Codename 47 as you make hits not only as your job, but also to save your own skin. This sequel improves on the original in every way. Of course, there's the graphical revamp, with real-time lighting, but also the ability to save your game mid-mission, use first or third-person perspectives, shoot through doors and interact with the game world. Of course, an assassin needs his tools of the trade, so knives, handguns, chloroform, stun darts, grenades and laser sights are all at your disposal. Add to that 20 missions in locations all around the world and dynamic music composed and performed by the Budapest Symphony Orchestra, and you're looking at a game that irons out all of the original's flaws to make a highly playable strategy shooter. Hitman 2 Silent Assassin sneaks onto the Cube in March. Metroid Fusion is female bounty hunter Samus's first adventure on the Game Boy Advance, and blimey, it's a corker. While researching a parasitic outbreak on planet SR388, Samus has been infected by the deadly X-parasite. Scientists had to cut away the infected portions of her suit and inject her with an experimental Metroid vaccine. Weakened but alive, Samus has been ordered to investigate the damaged space station, where thousands of lifeforms have been potentially exposed to the virus. It's classic Metroid action all the way, with fast and furious jumping and blasting, the ability to morph into a ball, and a couple of new abilities such as climbing up walls and clambering hand over hand across ceilings. Power-ups can be collected throughout the game to make your arsenal of weaponry even scarier, and scenery is now interactive. Blowing holes in walls to gain access to hard-to-reach areas is just one example. The graphics are detailed and colourful, and the art in the impressive cutscenes is also very tasty. If you're a Metroid fan and enjoy your 2D platform games, then this is a must. Kirby is the latest of Nintendo's established characters to make it onto the Advance, and to all intents and purposes, it's shaping up very nicely. The game features the classic gameplay of previous Kirby titles, although it won't be a direct port of the previous game. This one's 100% original, but still involves Kirby sucking in his enemies and blowing them out as missiles, or swallowing them to make use of their abilities, whether it's becoming a fireball, a walking bomb, a large spike, or even a boomerang. Levels have been designed to encourage the player to make use of these abilities, so expect to put your thinking cap on, as well as bashing the Advance's buttons. Thanks to a redesign of the graphics, the levels are looking bright and colourful. This is the best we've seen Kirby looking on any platform. It's cute, but don't let those nasties fool you, they can cause you a lot of damage. The game also features 4-player support with a link cable, and should be out sometime before March. Smash Pack features 3 Sega Mega Drive classics squeezed into one cartridge, those games being Ecco the Dolphin, Golden Axe and Sonic Spinball. Each is very different, so most people will be able to find something they like here. Ecco the Dolphin sees you taking control of the migrating mammal as he completes a number of quests and has his fair share of battles in this underwater adventure. The animation of the 2D dolphin is fantastic, and the game runs at a decent frame rate. Golden Axe is our favourite, as you take control of a male or female warrior or a dwarf to fight past a horde of bad guys with clubs and hammers and even skeletons. It's standard hack and slash stuff, but great fun to play and for nostalgia purposes. Sonic Spinball is easily the most pick up and play of the 3 games, although not the best by far. It's basically pinball with Sonic bouncing around instead of a shiny metal sphere. This pack is worth getting for Golden Axe alone. With the other 2 games as well, it's great value for money, full of variety and hugely entertaining. Fittingly, Micro Machines comes to the Gameboy Advance, and it's a game that very much suits the portable format. Players get to race their tiny vehicles round desks, gardens, science labs and the like in 3 championship modes. There's standard race mode where you must be first over the finish line, Micro Machines mode where you must get the edge over your opponent until they fall off the edge of the playing area, or time trial where you must complete a lap within the slimmest time limit. There's a variety of cartoony characters to choose from, and a selection of vehicles for each racer, with some being faster, others having better traction or acceleration. As has always been the case with these games, winning races means memorising circuits due to the fact that you can't see too far in front. The game gets more fun when you actually know where you're going, then you can enjoy collecting the power-ups and using them on your opponents. Micro Machines is a novelty racing game, and if you've played it on any other console, you'll know what to expect. For people new to the series, it gets better with practice. We're giving 3 lucky winners the chance to get their hands on both Pokemon Ruby and Pokemon Sapphire for the Game Boy Advance way before their UK release at the end of the year, courtesy of Daytel. What's more, Daytel's code crackers will open up every Pokemon in the game, so you'll be the first to have them all. For your chance to win this prize that will make your mates green with envy, just answer this simple question. What's the Pokemon's catchphrase? Is it A, gotta make loads of money, B, gotta warm the pot before you make the tea, or C, gotta catch 'em all? When you think you know the answer, call our competition hotline on 09064 774480 and clearly leave your answer, name and address. Calls cost 60p a minute, so do get the bill paid permission first, and lines are open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Lines close at midnight on the 4th of February 2003. Good luck. If you're a Metroid fan, the chances are you'll already have Metroid Fusion on the Advance and will soon be getting to grips with Metroid Prime on the Cube. Once you finish them both, you may be aching for more, and if that's the case, we've got good news for you. Once you've beaten Metroid Fusion, connect the Advance with the cartridge in it to the Cube using the link cable. You'll now be able to play the original 8-bit NES Metroid in Metroid Prime and save onto the Gamecube memory card. Also, if you fancy a change of costume in Metroid Prime and have your eye on the funky new suit Samus wears in Metroid Fusion, this is also available if you link your Advance to the Cube. This time, you'll have to complete Metroid Prime, then link the consoles together. The Metroid Fusion suit will now be available in the file menu of Metroid Prime. Now there's 2 more good reasons to own both these great games. Daytale's hard-working programmers have been working round the clock to bring you brand new action replay codes for Metroid Prime. Simply insert the action replay disc and dongle before your game disc and enter codes to activate fantastic new features. Codes include infinite health. Now Samus is free to explore the beautiful worlds and do battle without dying. Infinite missiles. Now there's no limit to the amount of firepower you can direct at the enemy. Moon jump. Rise in the air by holding the jump button to reach inaccessible areas and avoid danger in the heat of battle. All suits. Now Samus has the Varia and Gravity suits, which offer better heat protection and let you jump normally through water. These are just some of the codes available for Metroid Prime. Action Replay for the Gamecube is out soon. For more information about how Action Replay can enhance your gaming, visit www.codejunkies.com.
Get your hands on the new Action Replay for Game Boy Advance. This all-new version of the world's most powerful cheat cartridge is better value than ever. For just £19.99, you can be the envy of all your friends. It's so easy to use. Just slot the Action Replay into the back of your Advance, choose any game you want to play, and get ready to take control. Action Replay is preloaded with a massive 1,500 cheat codes for the latest and greatest games. Arm yourself with infinite time, health, ammunition, and other great cheats, then prepare to play like never before. You can add new codes easily too, and Action Replay has the capacity for you to store thousands more. If you've just got a new game, the latest Action Replay codes are printed every month in GeForce magazine, or call the Codejunkies hotline. Lines are open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. If you've got a PC, then you can download the latest codes directly from the internet with Action Replay's PC link cable direct to your Action Replay cartridge. Buy the best ever value Action Replay for Game Boy Advance for just £19.99 and feel the power of Action Replay in your hands today.
Hi, welcome to the Codejunkies Shop, where every issue we take a look at the best gaming gadgets for your console. First up this issue, we're looking at Action Replay for the Game Boy Advance. Now, if you like your gaming on the move, then this is something you really don't want to be without, because it's packed full of cheats for all the latest and greatest games. Now all you have to do, simply slot your game into the back of the Action Replay cartridge, slot your cartridge into the top of the Game Boy Advance, turn it around, select the game you want, and then from there select the list of codes. Activate your codes, start the game, and you're ready to cheat while you play. And if you have a game that isn't featured here, all you have to do is call the Codejunkies hotline on 09064 774477, where lines are open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, or you can download the codes directly to your Advance using the Action Replay PC link cable and software provided. Action Replay for the Game Boy Advance retails at just £19.99 and is available from all leading games retailers through our priority order line on 0845 601 0015, or you can place your order online at www.codejunkies.com. Now with all this gaming, I bet you're filling up your memory cards pretty quickly, aren't you? Thinking of getting a new one? Well, if you are, there's only one you should be getting, and that's the Mega Memory 16 times for the Gamecube. It's a memory card, but it's a memory card with a difference because it holds up to 64 megabits of memory. That roughly translates to over 1,000 blocks of save data. What you have to do is slot it into your Gamecube and you're ready to save. The Mega Memory 16 times now only costs £19.99, and once more this product is available from all leading video game retailers, or you can call our priority order line on 0845 601 0015, where lines are open 8 AM to 7 PM Mondays to Fridays, 9 AM to 3 PM Saturdays, and calls are charged at local rates. We'll see you next time.
Daytel's Mega Memory 16 is the most essential peripheral on the GameCube. With a massive 64 megabytes of uncompressed memory straight out of the box, Mega Memory has 16 times the capacity of standard GameCube memory cards. Store levels, characters, top scores, and more. Mega Memory 16 is a GameCube memory card like no other. Don't settle for any less. Mega Memory 16 times is available now from all good video gaming retailers, or order online from www.codejunkies.com.
Pollard.